talk about racism. Racism is the belief that a particular race is superior or inferior to another, that a person's social and moral traits are predetermined by his or her inborn biological characteristics. Racial separatism is the belief, most of the time based on racism, that different races should remain segregated and apart from one another. Racism has existed through human history. It might be defined as the hatred of one person by another, or the belief that another person is less than human because of skin color, language, custom, place of birth, or any factor that supposedly reveals the basic nature of that person. It has influenced wars, slavery, the formation of nations, and legal codes. During the past 500 or 1,000 years, racism on the part of Western powers toward non-Westerns has had a far more significant impact on history than any other form of racism. The most notorious example of racism by the West has been slavery, particularly the enslavement of Americans in the New World. This enslavement was accomplished because of the racist belief that black Africans was less fully human than white Europeans and their descendants. This belief was not automatic. That is, Africans were not originally considered inferior. When Portuguese sailors first explored America in the 15th and 16th centuries, they came upon empires and cities as advanced as their own, and they considered Africans to be serious rivals. Over time, though, African civilization failed to match the technology advances of Europe, and the major European powers began to plunder the continent and forcibly remove its inhabitants to work as slave laborers in new colonies. Across the Atlantic, Africans came to be seen as deficient species, as savage. To an important extent, this view was necessary to justify the slave trade at the time when Western culture had begun to promote individual rights and human equality. The willingness of some Africans to sell other Africans to European slave traders also led to claim of savagery based on the false belief that dark people were all kinsmen, all part of one society as opposed to many different, sometimes warring nations. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you liked this video.